me produced it. So the whole team was really, really amazing. And we kind of got that emotion out, but we kept the beats quite bouncy so that it kind of offsets that. So you listen to it, you groove to it, but you also pay attention to the lyrics and feel that.
You're like, I'm sad, but I still want to dance.
Yeah, exactly.
I just love hearing kind of the moment when you guys, when you knew you wanted to make a song about this, about How Many. What was that moment for you? Did you go into the studio knowing that this was the song you wanted to make, or kind of take us into your creative process with it?
So I went into the studio and we were just chatting and sitting down, and I kind of shared a story with them about a friend of mine who had gone through something similar. And musician once told me, keep your eyes and ears open. You don't know where your next song comes from. Mm-hmm. So I kind of, was seeing a lot of friends go through this in their relationships. And I was like, this is so common nowadays, like everyone's going to relate to it. I should definitely write about how everyone's stuck in this cycle and can't break it. So that's the starting point of, like, the germ of the idea was born there. And then we kind of like, and everyone is sharing their experiences. So Natanya shared her experience. Brandon shared his experience. And then together it just became like a song which had all these borrowed experiences from everyone, but it had a common kind of element to it, common feeling to it. So that's why I think it'll relate to a lot of people.
That's so cool. It's got to be, you kind of touched on it a little bit, but obviously this being your third English song, and you've said before, like, this has been your dream to release music in English. Talk about that and how heavy that feels for you in a good way today.
I am really excited that this is already my third English single in 2020. My debut single came out in March, on 20th of March. And as soon as that came, I think around 24th or 25th, we had lockdown in India. So I was really bummed out. But we made sure that the song reaches out to everyone. And, I'm not going to let that get me down. So it was a brilliant year for me musically. Control, then Next to Me in the middle of the year, and now How Many. For me, it's a dream of mine, a dream of the 15-year-old Armaan that came true. I've been doing Hindi and Indian language songs for almost 10 years now. And for me, the little Armaan inside of me was like, wait, I want to really do pop music. And I think it's the right time to kind of do that. It's been 2 years in the making. But I've been very tight-lipped about it. And finally in 2020 is when I revealed everything. And my fans were like, whoa, where did that come from? Because they weren't expecting me to do such a big change and such a crossover of genres and like a style. Like, it was just switching gears. And they were like, wait, one day we're looking at Armaan as a Bollywood singer. And the other day we're just looking at him as an English pop star, pop R&B singer. So I think... I've always wanted to do this, and I'm on the path, on the journey, and the MTV EMA award that I just got for Control. That's
so exciting. That's huge.
Thanks a lot. That gives me so much more confidence that this journey is going the right way, and I'm on the right.
I was gonna say, because is it nerve-wracking doing this kind of music and taking, it being such a departure from your old stuff? Like, do you feel nerves about it, or what's going through you?
I do. A lot of my fans were scared that I will leave singing Hindi and my Indian stuff, and I'll be only singing English. I kind of did a live session back then in March when I told them that I'm going to be singing everything that you know me for. I'm not going to leave anything. Everything that you know ArmaanMalik for, be it Hindi, be it Telugu, Bengali, English, everything. You're going to listen to me in every way that you've already heard me. And I don't want to leave any of that because that's part of my identity.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I am a multilingual singer, and I'm proud of it.
I love that. And I'm glad you brought up the whole quarantine thing, because I thought about that. Because, you released your songs in March, went into quarantine. For you as an artist who was just kind of launching this, this new part of your career, how did you get motivated? What was quarantine like for you?
For the first few months, it was messed up. I was like, where do I go? What do I do? I'm just sitting with ring lights in my room and doing Zoom interviews. And the new normal. And I kind of feel self-sufficient now. I don't know how to put that across to people, but I feel like I thought I needed like a crew and like people around me kind of making things happen, but I can make that happen for myself now with just a phone and to the world. And I actually sang quite a few songs in my studio, which is right here. If you guys can see it.
Oh wow!
That's the
home right now.
That's the mic that I sing. Yeah, this is my home studio.
That's
so,
cool.
Yeah, I record everything out of here. So it's been a great experience for me. I've been boxed up in this room trying to get my creativity out, but it's been amazing.
But you gotta get out and take walks, right? Because there's no windows in that room.
No, it's all soundproofed.
Right? Once a day you get out, right?
I have to, because I feel you feel blocked when you don't see sunlight. I think that all musicians go through that, all producers. They've always been in the studio in this dark little environment, and they need to step out for a bit and kind of just get their energy back and then come back in. That's what I do.
Besides obviously making music and creating art, has there been anything like random hobbies you've picked up in quarantine, or what's the most random thing you've done?
I learned how to cook spaghetti aglio olio. I don't know how amazing is that as a talent, but I really feel proud of myself. If I wasn't a singer, I would be a chef for sure.
I love that.
Yeah, I love food. Like after music, if there's something that makes me really, really happy, that's food. So breakfast is my duty at home. I kind of like make breakfast for the whole family. So I'm really excited about lockdown breakfast, because I'm waking up and making eggs for everyone. So that's really cool. And I've picked up a few other hobbies as well. But the biggest hobby that I have like picked up on is not to get out of the house. That's it.
So, okay, in maybe 3 to 5 years, I think we need an Armaan cookbook.
Oh yeah, I mean, I would love to put that together.
I mean, I know you're enough, but I think that would be pretty incredible.
A few Italian dishes all together.
It's been so cool. You talked about your first two English singles, Control and Next to Me, and obviously they got so much heart love. What can you like? Do you think these 3 singles are very they're a good example of what we can expect next from you, or is there going to be even more of a departure? Like, what can you kind of tease with the music you're working on right now?
So with me, I'm very restless. I hate being in one lane, which is why I kind of like jumped so many languages, so many genres. I've never liked to keep myself too comfortable in something. I like challenging myself. And Harmony was one of those challenges. I didn't know how it would turn out, because I was really scared before the release, which is why I was emotional on that live. I was like, will fans accept me in this vibe, in this new avatar? And when I saw the video and I saw the song, I was kind of looking at it from a third perspective, and I was like that's crazy. I've never done something like that, and I'm proud of it. And I'm just scared, like, will people accept it? And people have loved it. And that's the thing, it takes a little bit of risk to kind of introduce something new. But when it clicks, that's the way to go. So, yes, definitely the sound palette that I have kind of like developed over the last 3 singles is definitely something that I'm kind of creating for myself. I'm still finding my sound, but I also want my sound to be not limited to just my sound. I don't want it to be just one type of sound on every song, every album. I want people to kind of listen to me in a different way every time they listen to me. So that's my vibe.
Well, I think you've done a good job at that. I want to know what's like specifically inspiring you right now in this moment.
I think Harmony is the last sad song that I want to write for 2020. After this, I really want to get some really up-tempo and happy vibes, because we all need that.
Yeah.
We all really need to kind of get out of that whole dark zone. I like this. I like Harmony. I really love it. But 2021 is going to be really, I think, sunshine. I think more of that.
And I love the idea of getting that from you. Is there any specific artists, maybe some English artists, that are inspiring the work, the stuff that you're working on now?
I have always really followed Charlie Puth. I really love him. He's one of my favorite artists. I think he's musically so self-sufficient. He's a one-man army. He produces, he writes, he does his vocal production himself. I learned so much from him. Just his Insta videos is so like I can learn so much from him.
Do you follow him on TikTok? Because he's like killing it on TikTok right now.
Oh yeah, he's doing all these funny videos, which is so hilarious.
Yes.
And doing it creatively, I'm like, wait, how do you do this? Like, how do you be funny and be so like creative musically? Like that's such a crazy thing to have. Puth is a huge inspiration for me. I really like Zed, the producer. I haven't actually. I've met his brother Stephen.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a friend of mine, but I haven't met Charlie. So next time I'm in LA, I'll definitely kind of like hang out with them.
Definitely. You said Zed, though?
Yeah, I love Zed. I love JB. I mean, who doesn't love JB?
Heard his new song with Shawn Mendes today?
I mean, I think they wanted to break the internet. It's amazing both of them come together.
It was how many in Monster? So you and them broke the internet today.
Awesome. I love that. I love no better feeling than that.
I mean, obviously you just named who inspires you, but are they like, because I was going to ask the question of who you'd love to collaborate with coming up in the near future. Are they at the top of the list, or is there someone else that like you've always kind of been like, yes, I have to work with them?
Okay, there is, I have a list of people that I really want to work with. The top of that list is Charlie Puth. I want to get that in.
I see that.
I think, I don't know if I'll be able to make a song with him because I'll just be looking at him doing his thing. Like that's I don't know what will happen in the studio, but I really love him. So definitely one of the artists that I really want to collab with. And I love Anne-Marie. I think she's amazing. So probably Anne-Marie. Who knows?
But I'm manifesting it for you. It's going to happen. 2021. Okay?
By the way, while we were on this live, I saw that my clock just went 11:11. I don't know if you believe in that, but
I do.
I kind of believe in it.
You literally said your wishes as it turned 11:11.
Yeah, so I kind of like believe so much in manifestation.
Me too.
Everything that I'm going through right now is at one point I have dreamt about it. I've like talked about it, and I put it into action, and it's now kind of coming to life. So I'm that kind of person. I'm very like spiritually connected.
Me too. How do you work that muscle for you? Like, do you meditate every morning? Do you journal? Like, what's your process?
I wish that I meditated. I don't meditate enough, but I do my vocal exercises with my eyes closed, and I feel like it's very similar to doing the meditation, which is Om. I don't know if you've heard of like the word Om, which is from our Hindu culture, and I think that is the most powerful thing that you can chant and kind of like just access that energy right in the morning. So I kind of do that with my vocal exercises. It's kind of a meditation, and like I warm up my throat. So that's what I do.
That's awesome. For people that want to get into like the idea of manifesting and just kind of like, what would be your advice to them in regards to that?
I think, your mind is such a powerful tool. If you really think of what you want and you kind of visualize it, if you see it already happened, that's when it starts happening, is what I believe. Like, you need to picture yourself. Like, for me, I even if it is with the MTV EMA, I just pictured myself with the award in my head. Okay, if it doesn't happen, it's another thing altogether. But it's really important to kind of like just have that image in your head and be like, okay, yeah, I see myself with that award. I see myself do these amazing things. And even if it doesn't happen right away, it will happen at some point. I feel that. So,
and it's also not even seeing it, but like feeling it. So
exactly.
It's like, feel like that EMA.
I don't know how to put this across, but you need to internalize it. I think that is something that very few people know how to access. I sing and do music, so I'm very in touch with my emotions, which are inside of me. So it's a little easier for me, but a lot of people are disconnected from themselves. So I think the easiest way to do that is kind of be alone by yourself and listen to some like music and kind of like zone in to yourself.
Yeah.
Everyone has their own process. I can't really break it down. But when you really develop your own process, kind of stick to it and believe you can. I think I really believe